안녕하세요. 일레인입니다. 2024년이 이제 열흘 남았는데요. 한 해의 마무리 잘 하고 계신가요? 어스2 유저분들 모두 E2V1과 테스터들의 E2V1 테스팅 경험에 대한 소식을 간절히 기다리고 계실 것 같은데요. 지난 3주간 로빈후드 스킨이 나온 것 외에는 별다른 소통이 없는 상태입니다. 쉐인과 어스2 개발팀들이 다음 달에 E2V1을 출시하겠다는 약속을 지키기 위해 열심히 일하고 있다고 믿고 기다리고 있습니다. 이 조용하고 지루한 기다림의 시간 동안 와일드 월드의 유저 중 한 명인 와일드 블래시비치라는 분이 메타버스 얼라이언스라는 큰 제목 아래에 메타버스 프로젝트들에서 활동하는 커뮤니티 멤버들 중 각 메타버스 프로젝트를 대표하는 대표자 한 명씩을 초대해서 이야기를 나누는 이벤트를 진행했는데요. 웹3 메타버스 분야를 선도하고 있는 8개의 프로젝트 커뮤니티 멤버들이 참여를 했습니다. 자랑스럽게도 어스2도 한 자리를 차지할 수가 있었고 어스2 멤버인 루크가 어스2를 대표해서 참가했는데요. 이 이벤트에 참여한 프로젝트 커뮤니티들은 다음과 같습니다. 스타 아틀라스, 와일드 월드, 샌드박스, 어스2, 디센트럴랜드, 코누코피어스, 하이토피아, 비트맵 뉴스 이렇게 8개의 프로젝트들인데요. 이 이름들 사이에 어스2가 있다는 것이 정말 자랑스러운데요. 이 이벤트에 대한 소식을 접한 여러 어스2 유저분들이 어떤 내용들이 오고 갔는지 궁금해하시고 또 루크가 어스2에 대해 어떤 이야기를 했는지 궁금해하시는 분들이 계실 것 같아서 어스2에 대한 내용만 발췌하여 영상을 한번 준비해 보았습니다. 첫 번째 파트에서는 간단한 자기소개와 활동하고 있는 메타버스 프로젝트를 어떻게 시작하게 되었는지 그리고 해당 프로젝트에 대한 소개를 하고 있고요. 두 번째 파트에서는 각자가 생각하는 메타버스가 무엇인지 그리고 마지막 파트에서는 현재 각자가 각각의 프로젝트에서 진행하고 있는 것이 무엇인지 그리고 앞으로 어떤 것을 기대할 수 있는지에 대한 이야기를 나누었습니다. 그럼 한번 들어보실까요?
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Metaverse streamers, to Unityverse, the first ever roundtable discussion and alliance of the great meta societies. I'm your moderator, Bastards of Earl, a child of rock and roll, reborn in the Metaverse. We're coming together today to spread knowledge, education, passion, and awareness of the great societies being built. I won't go into everything. I will get right into it because we have a lot of people that really wanted to be part of this. So I want everyone to have time to share. So right now, we're going to go through our presenters. Like Belshi said, we're going to give you a couple minutes. Tell us who you are, how you first found your project, and what you feel is the most exciting or groundbreaking aspect of your project. Let's start with Luke Reed from Earth-2.
Hey everyone, can you hear me?
Yep,
Loud and clear.
Great. Okay. Firstly, thank you so much for putting this together. We really appreciate it. And there's a lot of people here from Earth-2. Thank you for coming, and for all the other communities that have joined us. So I'm going to do an introduction to myself. A lot of people in our community know who I am, but I'm Luke Reed. I represent Earth-2 in this community discussion. I'm the CEO of a former CEO of a company called Tech Circus. We ran major Web3 events. We did Enter the Metaverse, Web3 Live, and the Global NFT Summit. I now run a company called Iconic. We consult on events. We do Product Design Week Tech Festival, and I do lots of roundtables with CXO people globally. So I'm going to tell you a bit about Earth2. What is Earth2? It's a one-to-one digital twin of the Earth where players buy and own their own tiles. It's often labeled a game, but personally, I think it's more of a platform with gamified elements. It's the largest digital land registry globally, 600,000 registered accounts, which is why we've got so many people here today, 952,000 YouTube subscribers, and the top video has 1.3 million views. It went viral during the pandemic. They claimed they were going to build a 3D replica of the Earth, and it's going to be fully owned by players. There's not been an ICO, there's no VCs. They fully funded the project, 60, 70 million, all organically funded by the community. So my journey with Earth2, I discovered Earth2 during the pandemic, experimented with metaverse, different platforms, and when I was looking for research for my own tech events. And I began playing it, and it was more of a kind of pay to play game where you buy flip tiles, started a few cents, and then buying different landmarks. And it was really quite good fun to start off with. bit of a monopoly type game where you could just buy different properties and get involved in that sense. And then they added lots of different valuable elements over time. They did their jewels, droids, civilians, and then the essence cryptocurrency. So the land produces lots of value as it grows. My portfolio grew daily, and it mines daily, so that's where we are. And the play to earn potential, I know that some people in the community started with a few tiles, and now they own hundreds of thousands, and they take a monthly income and actually earn a living from Earth2. So the Earth2 milestones, the big ones that are coming up is the version 1 of Earth2, which is the virtual world, the entire world mapped out as a map which you can go and play and create and build on, is going to be launching early next year. They demoed at GDC in California. Massive game map. Is going to be 196 million square miles. It's similar to Microsoft Flight Simulator, the entire world, apart from you'll be able to walk around it, play and build and do everything that you want on it as you would in a metaverse. I believe in Earth2 mostly. I've met all of the CEOs of other metaverses at my events, and I met Shane Isaac personally, and I was the only person to interview him, and I like him. He's really focused on building. He's not in the spotlight. He works hard in silence, and he lets the success make the noise. And that's what I really appreciate about him and his team. So it's a hugely exciting potential with Earth2, building the entire world and making it into a gamified platform for people to come in and create user-generated content. And hopefully I've summed it up in 2 minutes. Hope I didn't go over, but that's everything in a nutshell from me.
Luke, that was great. That was great. I want to say I love the energy from this panel. That everyone's really excited about the projects. This is exactly why we did this. So let's get into the discussion. We're going to kind of have broad questions. I'll kind of move around to each person, but feel free to jump in and just kind of dive into these topics. They're really broad, but we wanted to have just a kind of a big conversation about where we are and how each project kind of fits into the idea. So it makes sense to first see how each community defines the metaverse. Luke, what do you think?
Hi. Yeah. So, well, the definition of the metaverse is a virtual 3D version of the internet that allows people to interact with each other in a shared digital space. But I think that the metaverse already exists. So a lot of people, look at Web3, but a bit like Hercules just said, Fortnite and Roblox are the ones that we should be looking at. For like Roblox, as an example, has 164 million monthly users. Nike have done 180 million pounds of sales within the platform. There's 9.5 million developers. There's 40 million games. For me, Roblox is where it's at, and actually half of all children in America have a registered account. So I think the future of the metaverse is going to be about user-generated content. And I think, just to go into a bit of depth with that, there was wave 1 of content, which was text, blogs, Reddit. Then there was wave 2, which is your videos, and that's really popular at the moment, YouTube and TikTok. The next wave, wave 3, will be 3D user-generated content. And that's going to be where people build environments in 3D. And that's what you're seeing with Roblox, that's what you're seeing with Fortnite, and that's what you're going to see with Earth2. So that's why I'm excited about Earth2. I'm excited to get in there, start building on the ecosystem and creating stuff. And I think also, the last thing to add is about community and having lots and lots of people coming together to collaborate. So that hopefully sums up what I think the future of the metaverse is.
But yeah, why don't we go around the horn from our speakers and tell us what you guys are working on personally, and then maybe just a little bit to close out in terms of what's coming up next for your project. Because we're here for the love of the space, but also the excitement that you guys bring every day to that project, and that's exciting as well. So why don't we start at the bottom with Luke?
Thank you so much, because it's 2 a.m. here in the UK and I've got to work tomorrow morning. So that's why I put my hand up.
Tomorrow doesn't have to be a super productive day. It's all right.
My partner's going to get angry at me if I keep her up much longer. To sort of close up, I think the things to look out for with Earth2 at the moment is it started off as a world where you could buy tiles. they built this thing which they name E2V1, which is the entire world that you can walk around, explore, and play on, and you can buy tiles within that. That's launching, as far as we're aware. It does get delayed, as we all know in Web3, but that's going to be launching in Q1 of next year, and so everyone can go on that and play and explore the entire world in 3D. An entire replica of the world where you can just walk up, the Grand Canyon, and then you can walk into all different areas and explore. It's going to be really interesting. One of the things I just wanted to say to everyone here is it's just really interesting to see the evolution of all of the other metaverses here, and it's just so interesting to listen to everybody. I run conferences in this space, and a few years ago I set up something called Enter the Metaverse, and the panel was Sandbox, Decentraland, and Uplands, and now you're seeing Wild World and Wilder World, sorry, and all of these other and Cornucopias. I remember hearing about you before. One of my friends was one of the original project managers of that project, and all of the other people, great people here today. Sorry, I can't go through it. There's so many of them, but it's just so interesting to see the new generation of metaverses coming through. The ones that have been building, working, getting their head down, creating in this bear market. And now I think we're going to see this whole next generation of incredible projects coming through, especially the ones that have worked really hard during this period. So thank you so much for having me here today. I'm going to have to jump off, and it's been brilliant. I'd love to come back and chat again.
Get some sleep, Lou. Thank you.
1시간 20분이 넘는 긴 대화 내용들이었는데요. 그 중에서 루크가 어스2에 대해 코멘트한 부분만 편집한 내용이었습니다. 이 대화에 참여한 다른 프로젝트 커뮤니티 멤버들의 이야기도 들어보고 싶으신 분들은 영상 아래에 공유한 오리지널 레코딩 링크를 이용하시면 될 것 같습니다. 자, 제 유튜브 채널에도 새로운 소식이 있는데요. 이번 달로 제 유튜브 채널이 오픈된 지 1주년을 맞았습니다. 지난 1년간 어스2의 공식 공지문들과 굵직한 어스2 소식들을 제 채널을 통해서 공유를 해드렸는데요. 어스2에 입문하시는 분들과 영어로만 소통되는 공지 내용들이 어려우신 분들을 위해 개설을 했던 제 채널이 총 시청시간 3,000시간을 달성해서 유튜브 파트너 프로그램에 가입할 수 있게 되었습니다. 지금의 속도가 유지된다면 유튜브 광고 소득을 기대하는 것은 내년 이맘때쯤이 아닐까 싶은데요. 계속해서 구독해 주시고 좋아요 눌러주시고 시청해 주시는 모든 분들께 감사의 말씀을 드리고 싶습니다. 다가오는 성탄절 그리고 연말 모두 따뜻하게 보내셨으면 좋겠고요. 2025년에는 어스2에 엄청나게 좋은 일들이 많이 생겼으면 좋겠습니다. 그럼 따뜻한 연말 보내시고요. 저는 다음 영상에서 또 인사드리도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.